Hello guys, this is Paul, the Analog Archivist, here with you once again after a long hiatus, I guess you can say. It's been about over a year since I made my previous video, which was that April Fool's Day video with those damn Disney tapes, right? You guys are probably wondering where I've been, what I've been doing. Well, I've mentioned in a previous video a while back that in 2017 I'd come down with a very chronic, serious illness, and it basically derailed my whole life. And I lost almost everything. I lost my job that I had at the time. Wasn't the best job in the world, but I enjoyed it. It gave me a lot of freedom. I was able to save a pretty decent chunk of money. And in 2017, I was, starting to travel around on my own. That was something I've always wanted to do. And with people I've talked to in the past, people who've always wanted to travel, they always tell me, they can't find people to travel with. People either don't have the money or they don't have the time. And that was my situation, because no one really wants to travel alone. I guess it's kind of scary. And by traveling, I really mean leaving the country. And so at that time, I finally built up the courage to leave the country on my own. I went to Iceland, and you guys probably remember that. I actually made a video on one of my other channels of that whole trip, like a 40-minute video. So I was doing great. I had all this money saved up, which I was planning to leave New York and buy a small house outside New York. Although I was born and raised in New York, I don't feel like a New Yorker at heart. Pretty introverted, quiet type of guy, and New York is just loud and obnoxious. Very happy to have finally left. But when this illness came, it just shook everything. I lost my job, and I lost all that savings that I was planning to use to leave New York and buy my own little house. Around the time I was getting sick, or right before, I guess you can say, I was planning a trip to Nepal because my Iceland trip was so successful. And it built up so much confidence in me, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do this epic adventure on my own. I'm going to go to Nepal. And I actually got vaccinated, and I got my airfare, got my gear. I was all ready to go. At the same time, I was finishing up my graduate studies in library science. Then I just started to get sick, and it was an illness that I've had 2 other times in the past. And in those situations, it lasted about a few weeks, and it passed, and I was hoping that this would pass before my trip would come up. But it didn't. In fact, it got worse and worse, and it lasted for several years. And like I said, it just derailed my life, and I lost almost everything. And by that I mean my life savings, my job, my friends in New York. I had to move down here to Pennsylvania to be with family while I recovered. But anyway, it was just a total hell. And during that time when I moved down here to Pennsylvania, well, I'm still here, but I was living in a house that was being renovated, so I didn't have any personal space. So here I was recovering from this awful illness I was going through. And I didn't have any personal space. I was living in a house without heat. I did this for about a year. It was terrible, terrible experience. But it got better. The renovations finally completed. I finally had my own personal space, and I was able to put up my desktop computer. And I started to upload a bunch of scans to the website. You might have remembered I did all these wrestling tapes and sporting tapes, and I started to write a lot more articles and history on home video, and of course my hard drive fried. I realized, just one thing after another. Replaced the hard drive, but eventually I just decided to buy a whole new computer. In the past I'd built my own computers, but I was just so fed up with all this stuff, and I bought a new computer. And so that's basically been my journey down here. So for the past few years, I've just been recovering from this illness, and I'm fully recovered now, thank goodness. And I've been trying to, work and save up some money to get my life back together, and just make things better. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have been wondering where I've been, and I've been in a rut the past few years, and it's all because of that damn illness. I'm not going to get into the details of it because it doesn't really matter. It's not like cancer or anything like that, thank goodness, but is pretty awful time in my life, and it just snowballed and became worse and worse. But things have gotten better. I've been able to save a lot of money. Hopefully, trying to get out of here. I mean, I love the area that I live in, but it's hard to succeed. There's not a lot of great jobs around here, jobs in my field, and I think I've been to one interview at an actual library. It didn't go well, but I'm starting a new job actually in a few weeks, and it's a good one. So hopefully things come together, and but yeah, that's where I've been. That's what I've been doing, just trying to get everything back together. I've been taking care of the website as much as I can. I've been a little absent in the past few months with the website, although a few days ago I uploaded a bunch of scans. There's a lot of bugs on the website, and some of these bugs just pop out of nowhere, and I don't know what causes them, and I can't really afford to pay people nonstop to just keep fixing things. And so what I plan to do eventually is to have or to make a video just asking anybody if they would like to volunteer time to actually work on this website, because I can't pay for it. I mean, the website does generate an income. Doesn't go to me, it goes to the hosting fees and whatever expenses that it incurs. And I had to actually up the memory. I doubled it a while back because it just kept crashing. I hired somebody to work on the website to fix a lot of the crashing issues. I made like a news update on the website about this. And he did all this tinkering and tweaking and stuff, and it still started to crash. It was still crashing. And then, and he's not the first person I hired to fix this issue. When the website first started doing this, a couple years back, I hired people to fix it, and they just would rebuild it and work on different things, and no one really gave me a clear answer, or they couldn't really figure out what was causing the crashing. And I have an old childhood friend. He's very computer savvy. He's not like a web developer or anything, but he's very good with computers and software and stuff. And I had him look at the website, and he basically said, Paul, your website's using up all this memory. I don't know how or why, but you might want to consider doubling up the memory or increasing it. As soon as I did that, all my problems went away. Not all of them. There's still some issues with the coding on the website, but a lot of the crashing stopped. Now, I had hired all these experts, people that were highly regarded, to fix these issues, and they did some fantastic work with some other portions of the website, but they could not, really nail down what was causing it to crash. And it was something so basic as just increasing the memory. It just annoys the hell out of me because I spent so much money hiring these people to try to, fix that issue. But anyway, website has been pretty good lately. It's been stable. There is a big issue with it currently, and this has happened before in the past. I don't know why it does this, but sometimes when you go to a distributor library, for some reason it will just show every video in the database and not just the ones pertaining to that particular distributor. That's a pretty big issue to me, and so I'm gonna have to get someone to fix that. So basically what I'm saying is that if anybody out there wants to volunteer some time, or you have to be in love with this, you have to totally believe in this project. And if you know Drupal, which is the CMS that this website uses, or PHP or whatever, contact me on the website, and maybe you could volunteer some time to work on it, make it better if you believe in it. I've had some ideas with this website, and because the website is 10 years old almost now. I think 2011 is when we started. I think in 2010 I bought the domain name or something like that. 10 years, could you believe it? And it only has like 24,000 covers on there. I want to open up submissions to everybody, and I might be able to now because of the increased memory. I'm just so afraid of it crashing. You don't understand the amount of stress that has caused me in the past, this goddamn website. I love it, but I also hate it. I can't let it go. I put so much of my blood, sweat, and tears into this thing. And I'm not going to let it go. I've had people contact me about buying it or doing all these things, but, it's my baby, So if anybody is interested in this, so what I was going to say is actually, one of the ideas I had with the website is turning it into a nonprofit, and then we could apply for grant money and then get all kinds of good people working on it, a whole team of people working on it to make it awesome. So it wouldn't be too difficult to apply for nonprofit status. It's pretty easy. You know, just fill out some forms. Costs about $1,500, $1,500, something like that. That is something I'm thinking about, just to keep this website alive. So if we can get a team that could constantly fix the issues with it whenever they pop up, the website would be golden. I think when I started building the website, or I designed it, I just had this massive vision, and I think I just went too far with it too fast. Like, I added a lot of features that I should have not added right away, because, for instance, the lists. When users create lists of their collections or wish list, those lists always have problems, man. And I should have just held back on those and not focused on them so much. They have so many problems. And I feel bad for the people who try to use them, because, you know, sometimes they think their wish list or collection could get lost because of how unstable that feature on the website is. But hopefully we could do something, and hopefully we can get it better. I still have 10,000 or so scans to put on that website. I'm also writing a lot of articles on the history of home video, which is something I'm really passionate about. If you don't already, please follow us on Instagram, vhscollector.com. On Instagram, it's dot spelled D-O-T, dot spelled out. And I've been uploading a lot of little tidbits on the history of home video on there. This is something I'm really passionate about, and I've been writing extensively and doing research on it extensively for the past few years, and I would like to put it all together in a nice book. So that's basically where I've been. I've always been thinking about different videos to make, and they would just never happen because of different things happening in my life, like not having a space to record videos. This camera which I'm using, which is a fancy Canon camera, it's packed away in storage. I booted it up, realized one of the batteries had been totally fried. That was useless, but this one seems to be working, thank goodness. And so one of the videos I wanted to make was on the 10-year anniversary of the YouTube account, which was back in December. 10 years I've been on YouTube on that specific channel. I can't believe that time has flown by so fast. And that's not even the first channel I had. The first channel was Devour the Flesh, which was taken down. Something stupid I did by linking an email to that account that was previously linked to a YouTube account that was taken down by YouTube, and it was just a stupid mistake I made. But anyway, just rambling on. But yeah, 10-year anniversary of me being on YouTube, even though I haven't been on too often in the past few years. Since I've kind of, vanished off the map in the past few years, really, people have been emailing me and contacting me on Instagram, on Facebook, through the website itself, asking me all kinds of questions about making more videos, and half the time I just forget about the messages and I don't respond back, and I apologize. It's just a lot of stressful things going on in my life, and I can't follow that. I can't always be following everything related to my VHS happenings or doings or whatever. But so yeah, guys, I apologize if I haven't responded to you, but I would like to make more videos. So we'll see how this comes out. But I'm trying to make things work out. Right here, I'm actually in a guest house in a property, and it's not something I would feel safe bringing my collection in here. It doesn't leak in here. It's beautiful in here, but I don't know. I'm just so paranoid about taking my collection out of storage and putting it up, on shelves or whatever. I'm really weird about that. But right now we have it all decorated with Halloween stuff, and it's lovely in here. But anyway, what else could I share with you guys? So there's been, like I said, a bunch of different things I've wanted to make videos on. I'm a big Doors fan. Wanted to make a separate channel just talking about the Doors. That's something I've always thought about. I've also been doing a lot of amateur bookbinding, making leather-bound editions of different books, and I thought, hey, maybe that would be cool to do a channel for that. But of course, this is my primary channel, and so I would like to, discuss more things on here. for instance, the new Friday the 13th box set that's finally coming out. That's pretty exciting. I'd probably make a separate video about that. And maybe doing a bunch of Blu-ray reviews, which always seemed kind of weird to me. Because I'm the analog archivist on YouTube. And, you know, digital media is not analog, of course. But, yeah, maybe I will. Maybe. I don't know about VHS reviews anymore, guys. A lot of the stuff, you know, that's in my collection has been released on Blu-ray or DVD or whatever, and when I started reviewing movies on VHS, I took a lot of pleasure in the fact that I knew I was the first making a video review of these movies. And that's, you know, my videos still get views, and I just, now on YouTube, everybody's doing movie reviews, and it's just not as interesting to me anymore. I mean, I still watch the movies, but, you know, I don't want to just be kind of mixed in with the crowd, you know? Me and a few others were kind of pioneers on YouTube in this community of talking about movies and media and different things like that, so. And some of us are still around. I'm barely around, just because of things that have happened in my life and, you know, all kinds of stuff. If doing those VHS reviews took up a lot of time. I mean, I spent 6 hours editing one of those reviews. It doesn't look like it. I mean, I guess to a normal person, it looks like I just record myself speaking and then I just drop clips of the movie on top of it. But it's actually a lot more complicated than that, because I manipulate, you know, my talking a lot to try to cut out a lot of the pauses and the ums and the uhs and all those things. And I'm very OCD and very much a perfectionist, so I try to do as best I can with the editing process. Because even when the footage comes out bad, like I sit down and I'm like, oh damn, I just, you know, this video I just shot for this review sucked. But usually I could fix it up pretty well in editing and you know, make something of it so it's not wasted, I guess. But I don't know, guys. I'm thinking, what else could I share with you guys? Well, I pretty much gave you guys an update with the website. I'd really like to explore my options with that, and try to figure out where to take it, certainly. I want to open up submissions, like I said, so everyone could submit things, but part of me is just so afraid that it's going to crash. And, yeah, just worried about that. And, I don't know what else, guys. You know, I always thought that when I finally shoot this update video, I'd have so much more to share. Yeah, so I spoke about me updating the website, about me writing a book, about my situation down here in Pennsylvania and what brought me here. But I have a lot of money saved up again, and I'm hoping to actually buy my own place soon, so hopefully that happens. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I will probably make separate videos on other topics, even ones I already discussed in this. I might make a separate video on just asking for people, developers or coders, asking them if they would be, any of them who are passionate about home video, if any of them would want to donate time to the website, and that would be awesome. So thanks, guys, thanks for watching, and hopefully I can make some more videos again soon. Thanks.